often ask myself when I read something, would this person say that to me if they were standing or sitting in front of me? Most of the time, no. No, they wouldn't. When people get on little into fights, straight up fights on social media about any subject, really, they'll come up with all sorts of crazy things to say. Would they really act like that or talk like that in person? Most of the time, and there's exceptions. Most of the time, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. And even worse, now when we go to put a message out there on with our typing, we're drawn to being less understood in the truth of who we are. We're drawn to distorting what we're saying to make it sound a certain way to get a certain outcome. And then we depend on the other person's translation of that text. Now, let's say someone texts you a message on the cell phone. What voice are you reading that in? Is it the true voice of the person? How could you know that? You can't. There's no verbal, audio energy behind it. You can't hear exactly how they said it. You could say that one sentence 100 different ways and still probably not get exactly the nuances of how that person meant it. You can't hear their voice. You can't see their eyes or their body language. And so then all these texts, the text way of communicating is highly distorted. What someone might mean in the words that they say will be run directly through our ego and our trauma. And we interpret it that way, and it is distorted, and thus causes greater division between human beings.